to try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. I'm not sure why, but I had technical difficulties, so I'm starting over. But I am having a thunderstorm here today in Tennessee, so I wonder if there's just like electrical interference. So I'm starting over, lighting my Palo Santo to get us started today. And just to allow the sweet smoke to magnetize this reading and to make it possible for everybody that wants to feel guided, that today would be your day. We are talking about what we can let go of. I wish that we didn't have to let go of some things because they seem part of our life, but the truth is that some things we are best off to release. So we are going to start. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And we're going to allow you to take a quick peek. Which one is your favorite? Pull into your mind what it is that you think is in the way. What is frustrating you? What do you wish to have an easier time with? Because learning how to turn away from the things that no longer serve you is a really cool way to go about it. So we're going to start with pile number 1 here, and pile number 2, and pile number 3. Get myself organized. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw for you, one of the beautiful little spirit animals to be your oracle. Why? Because most times when we're struggling a little bit, we're just too hard on ourselves. There's something about how you operate that is putting too many demands, and we can just get so tired and fatigued from trying to handle too many things. Did you ever hear of what's called the Pareto principle? It means that you get 80% of your results from 20% of your effort. What is it that you're doing that's not getting the result that you want? So let's take a quick peek and see what animal card wants to pop out for you. There it is. Let's take a look. And we have horse spirit. Freedom is yours. Pile number 1, what I'm seeing for you right away is this wildness inside, this part of you that really loves the feeling of being free. If this is you, go ahead and just tap that thumbs up in the corner. You can do it. This aligns you with the beautiful horse spirit. Horses, wild horses, are the epitome of freedom. So what I feel like is happening for you, pile 1, is that the universe is reaching with the cards today to give you a message about how, what can you give up? What are you not aware of that could be holding you back? So we're going to draw our 3 oracle cards to get our answer. Okay, pull this one, and this one. Pile number 1. What is it? What will serve you to release? What will serve you to let go of right now? Okay, oops, sorry about that. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, let me pull it in so you can see it. Very interesting. So there is a sense that, this makes me think of the Wizard of Oz, follow the yellow brick road, but there is a sense that you are on target to be creating something, attracting something that is life-changing, okay? I don't want you to get overwhelmed by that, because life-changing can be a little bit concerning, but notice how the figure is willing to walk out. Notice how they're kind of scratching their head. They're like, I wonder what's ahead. And even the pup is looking backwards. What is it that you might be leaving behind you? What shadow might be behind you as you're walking forward to this really good fortune that's on your way? interesting. So what I'm seeing here is, notice how the knight is running toward this figure, and fast moving energy, a lot of focus and determination in your energy right now. So I want you to feel empowered. What I'm noticing is the red. I have a sensation that there's certain things that happened in your past, maybe when you were a child, possibly with your identity within your family. You might have been somebody who took on adult roles very early in your life, and you might be one of those that's overly responsible. If somebody's not doing their thing, you're like, I will jump in and do it for them. You'd rather have something done well than done poorly. And it may have served you, pile number one, it may have served you to pick up the slack. Okay, pick up the slack. The thing is, though, what happens is, if you pick up the slack, you are going to attract people who don't want to do their share. All right, so you may have found that is just tiresome to keep carrying the weight of other people. So let's take a look at our final card here. And we're looking at the Nine of Wands. So yes, what I'm seeing here, pile one, is that there is a burden, okay? And with the nine, you may come from a very large family. And I'm just pulling a couple of clarity cards here for this burden, and they're just popping out of the deck, because it's not fair for you to be carrying the burden of others. You have enough burdens for your own life, all right? So again, if you're sensing that you have been burdened by some of the things from your growing up years, this is your reading, pile one, to release that willingly and to turn your back. Now, one of the things that happens is that the people that are depending on you for advice and for love, you of course don't want to abandon them. But you have to realize that it's not abandoning them when they need to grow up and do life on their own. So I picked three of the mini tarot. Oops, there's four here. So let's just take a peek at the clarity. Oh yes, okay, so we have that Ace of Cups. There is new love coming, and I would say it's a redefining of the relationship. That once you start letting them go and really walking away from people who need to solve their own issues, you open the gateway for a new kind of love that's not burdensome. Yes, there's so much inner conflict going on within you. It's like you are having a tug of war with your own self to try to figure out, is it fair to let them go? Is it fair? Remember your horse spirit. It promises you freedom. Here we have this beautiful teamwork card. Again, what it shows is, as you walk away from certain micromanaging of other people's business, you're going to find more teamwork energy, and that's going to soothe you. I thank you for this, three. There's been so much discomfort for you that you have not faced, pile one. There's people in your life that need to live their own lives, okay? So get a piece of paper, write down on the paper all of the people that you are involved with. Who are you giving advice to? Who are you giving money to? Who are you giving shelter to? Write all their names down, and then consider which ones are truly ready to be on their own. I think you're going to be surprised and delighted, okay? So I'm going to pick an affirmation for you, because I want to encourage you to do what the work you need to do in order to release these people. Now I'm going to, as I usually do, I will put timestamps in for these readings, and in the comment you'll find resources. There's something called The Solution that I post, and it will give you freedom, I promise. So here I picked these blank cards because you don't know the future, do you? You're not used to living in the way where you are releasing your loved ones versus doing for them. So let's peek. And I love your affirmation. I am open to limitless possibilities. Do you know that trees and plants thrive when they're pruned? When you prune a plant, it means that you clip away the parts that are not productive, the parts that are not thriving. This is your message, pile 1. Be brave. You can do this. Okay? So let's take a look at pile number 2. Remember, this is Catherine at Fish Out of Water Tarot. I am available for private readings and would love to support you if that's something you would enjoy. Okay, let's take a pick at our pile 2. I love this deck. I love how shiny it is. It's really prettier in person, but I picked it because of the gold. Because so many people that do listen and enjoy tarot are trying to incorporate and enjoy more money in their life. So what is it? What is the animal spirit that will support us in this seeking? What can we let go when it comes to the world of our money? Okay, I'm seeing this card that's peeking out, so I'm going to pick that for you. This is your animal oracle, pile number 2. And we have cat spirit. Claim your independence. Claim your independence. What is that meaning? Claim your independence. And we're on the energy of money and prosperity and abundance. I am just starting, I'm starting my other channel, which is all about abundance. I'm calling it the Abundance Experiment because I'm finding that nature is so helping me understand true abundance. And I'm going to be sharing some more information over there that's just about a manifested life and not so much the tarot readings themselves. So watch for that, okay? And let me add our third card here. So what is it that we can let go of in money and prosperity and abundance? Because, as I said for pile 1, pile 2, when you have an over-accommodator, that means somebody that does more than their share of the work. And when you have an over-accommodator, you always have an under-accommodator, meaning that you'll match up with people who don't do their fair share. So when you are walking away from something that's not working, it is very powerful energy. When you look at this card, look at the waves of energy that are flooding off of this scene. I do love this particular deck for that reason, because it gives a visual of the energy that we're working with. Because sometimes you won't need to actually speak to a person in order to let a situation go. You can just make a choice and walk away. So let's see what our tarot has for us. All right, so the first card is this card of mental, I'm going to use the word bondage, okay? It is also an 8. So to me, the pair of 8s is really calling you, pile 2, to an honest appraisal of how much your family of origin has shaped your beliefs, okay? You're being called to release some of your cultural, not the cultural values, but the cultural habits, okay? Because there's something about how you were raised and what you thought about money that it doesn't fit right now. You, as an adult, are looking at money in an entirely different way. And it's been hard for you because you do honor your family. You honor the people that raised you, and your culture is very important to you. So what does this mean? Let's take a look at our second card here. Again, the traditions. So yes, this is so important, pile 2, that you move slowly. You just need to move slowly. As you make these changes, the people involved won't understand them at first. So this is a real call to adjust yourself on the inside, to start creating the vision for who you are, independent from your culture. So I'm listening to a lot of meditations by Michael Seeley, and I love his meditations because they're clear and they're extremely practical. So I recommend that. And I also recommend that you do approach a tarot reader for a private reading. I think this is for the collective, but I'm sensing just these different stories that could be here for you. Let's draw our third card. Hello, my dear dog star, Tina. I see you tuning in. I really appreciate you. I appreciate the power of the internet that draws souls together from across the sea. And look what we have here, though. We have the world. So have you ever heard that saying called, the world is your oyster? That is a prosperous, how would I say, frame of mind, where nothing ahead but potential. And that's what we're seeing here. So it does look, I'm just going to grab my baby tarot here so I can do a bit of a clarification, because I'm seeing that the work is in your hands. I will put into the comment, I'm going to put a resource, and it's called the Magic Money Machine. I will put it as soon as I finish. I'll do the timestamps. But take a peek at the Magic Money Machine. I have a feeling, it's a journaling tool, but I have a feeling that it's going to open a gateway so that you'll have more depth and understanding. Watching tarot readings online is a great way to get guidance, and taking a practical piece of advice, especially about journaling, can really make a difference. Have you ever heard of scripting? Put a comment in there. Have you heard of scripting? Scripting is a manifesting technique where you actually write out, thank you, you actually write out what you prefer to be happening. There we go. Okay, so I had an example of scripting yesterday that was pretty profound. I had a friend who was going to a client. She was driving to the client's house, and she did not look forward to it because she felt that this client was kind of a PIA, pain in the arse. So I said, wait, don't complain about this client. Let's just create a script. Right now, let's create a script. And she said to me, she said, I can't believe what happened today. When I drove to the house, the man was driving away. My client was leaving the house, and it was the first time I was able to service his pet when he wasn't home. And I was so excited that I could walk right in and do my work with no problem. This was significant because this particular client would just hang out at the house and want to spend time with her when she just wanted to walk the dog. So anyway, 3 minutes later, I'm not lying, 3 minutes, she texted me and she said, you are not going to believe this. When I drove up to the house, the man was driving away. This is the first time in 6 months that he left me alone with his pet. She said, could this be real? And I wrote back and I said, it must be, it happened. But the idea of doing a script and writing down what you want can be very satisfying, gratifying, and efficient. So anyway, I had to tell you that story. So let me open our tarot and see is there a little bit of advice coming here for how you can release whatever is binding you, following and being loyal to your traditions, but opening a new world for yourself. I love how this cat spirit is sitting right on top of the world. Claim your independence. Okay, let's open up our tarot for a little bit of clarity. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles, fresh start, fresh start. This Ace of Pentacles, interestingly, is not only about money, but it's also about the depth of your relationships in a non-emotional way. Emotions are part of the relationship, but you have to be ready to walk it out. And the people skills and how you manage your emotions falls under the realm of Pentacles. So it does look like a fresh start is on your way. And judgment, yes, okay, so one of the things that can get in your way if you judge the things that you're letting go of. If you think about it, you can let go of something completely without passing a judgment on it. And when you're involved with trying to stand independent of the patterns set up when you were a young person, you may feel judgment from the people in your life, but they don't see how very important it is for you to move to this next stage of your life where you are starting fresh for you. You have to be strong under the face of some people's judgment, okay? And look at a beautiful sun card. You guys, I hope that when you see the sun card come up, you will realize how blessed that card is. Think about in antiquity, I always love that word. In antiquity, when they did not have cell phones or any mechanical devices at all, I'm talking hundreds of years ago, imagine that when the sun went down at night and rose again in the morning, it was profound. That's why they worship the sun. And so this sun shining on you in your new world with your independence, pile 2, I couldn't be more excited for you. Look, consider, you'll find the journaling resource in the comment below, number 1, with the timestamp. So come back later today and check it out. But you're definitely going to notice a huge shift when you start doing some intelligent pruning. Now, let me just grab, I almost forgot. Let me just grab a card for an affirmation for you. Pure new white affirmation, right? For the new you. And actually, I can. So you may have that family pressure. You're going, maybe the family does not approve of your choices, but you know what? Actually, you can create a lifestyle that honors your past and embraces your future, okay? All right, let's take, let me stack this aside and grab pile 3. Pile 3, you're so patient, thank you, my darlings. And so here we have our card. Let's take a look at it. All right, so what is it that pile 3, what is the release? What can you let go of that will have the most impact for you, all right? What would be the easiest way? Quick, fell right out. Let's pick your animal oracle. Armadillo spirit. I love armadillos. They live here where I am, Tennessee. I hadn't seen an armadillo in person before, and they look like dinosaurs. They really do. They look like animals from a different world, a different time. And they can protect themselves. They have that hard shell. And the armadillo that I saw out in the yard was damaged. The armadillo's shell had bruised and broken pieces of its shell that you could see had been naturally repaired as the healing process went forward. And so this card talking about boundaries, when I look at our figure, I'm very drawn to nature. This one compared to the others, I see her going to the woods, going to hike. And so my thought is that this particular card, pile 3, is for someone who values nature a lot and really has been missing time away from everybody. There's been busyness that has interrupted your flow. And this particular 8 of Cups, we're wondering about the natural world. What is it that this particular figure is looking for? What is missing and what's been dissatisfying? Okay, let's draw our cards. They're very active today. Let's see, here's our card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. Okay, let's take a look. Alrighty. Oops. Thank you so much for being here today. It's a thunderstorm here. Have you been hearing the thunder rumbling behind? And we have the Nine of Pentacles. Wonderful. Gosh. Okay, so I really feel the word that comes to me is refreshment. That there is pile 3. I believe that your boundaries have been a little wobbly. Imagine a highway with no lane markers, right? Where all the cars are just intermixed. I'm sensing that this has happened to you. You don't even know how you got into this situation, but you feel like you're stuck in traffic and you can't do anything but abandon the car, get out of the car and walk off the freeway. And so I feel this sense of tightness and a sense of fatigue and a sense of almost wanting to give up. And yet you have always had a fighting spirit. Pile number 3. You have been in and out of dark times and you always come out ahead. You're able to use the wisdom that you collected from your previous disappointments and you're ready to go off on your own. The Nine of Pentacles is a very prosperous card and suggests that the person is a content single person. So what that makes me think of is, gosh, maybe you've been working so hard on your pentacles and the parts of your life that your heart has been neglected. It could be that your business and your home, I just sense a very busy person who hasn't taken the time to enjoy what it is that they have created. Let's take a peek at card 2. Seven of Cups. I can see this makes a lot of sense because what's going on is that there's been so many pleasures that have come forward around your current life. And in a way, you're like, well, why would I need more? Why would I want more? I've got everything I want. Well, I would say there's a part of you that's trying to get your attention, pile 3. You are not as satisfied as you think you are. Why would I say that? I mean, why would you think that just all of you've gathered is somehow empty? It's just the meaning of this card. It just shows that as you look deeply and be honest with yourself, what's missing, right? What's missing? Because the cards are so clear. Are you missing your Emperor? When we look at these healthy boundaries, I'm seeing this as being healthy boundaries with yourself. So that you, if you draw a pie, you know how you make a pie chart where you make a circle and then just physically draw wedges in your circle and see how much of your time and effort is going towards your career and how little time is for fun, companionship, and just doing nothing at all. All right? What would that be like? When you think about an emperor has a lot of staff, don't they? I mean, they don't go out and do the workity work anymore. They have staff for that. So I feel like the universe is saying to you clearly, pile 3, that you have staff waiting to help you. That's certainly the angelic realm. But as you start to delegate and rid yourself of some of the tasks that you just don't need to be doing anymore, I think that's part of what's walking away, because I think that you feel fully satisfied, and yet there's a part of your spirit that wants a little bit more love and attention. Okay, so let's just draw a baby tarot here. And see what's the clarity that we can have for our dear pile 3. This is a tricky reading because this is a satisfaction. This is a pruning that doesn't feel correct, because which part would you prune? Your guidance, your inner being will let you know, I promise. There's nothing your inner being desires more than you to have peace of mind. And when you set those healthy boundaries, like I'm only going to work 8 hours today, I'm not going to work 10 hours. Even though I have tons of work to do, I'm going out to that meetup meeting, meetup.com, check it out. Even though I'm content to work at home and I'm prospering, I'm going to make that choice to take care of my social and fun needs because you have them. Okay, so here we have this Four of Pentacles. I love that this card showed up because that's what I'm talking about. It's like there's a part of you that's stingy, I like that word stingy, about the softer side. Like you know how to do hard work. No, everyone that knows you knows that you work hard. But some people that know you well are thinking you're wasting your time doing tasks you don't need to be doing. Delegating will help. In fact, you know what, pile 3? I am going to rename this card in my own world. This is the delegating card. How many of you can agree with that? I draw a lot of watchers who are worker bees and they don't delegate very well. So when I pull this card, I'm going to remember this reading because I believe the universe is calling you to delegate. That's what you're walking away from, is doing tasks that are not your gift. Whatever it is that you do, focus on it. But if you don't enjoy it, you've got to find a way to delegate it, okay? Let's take a look at the second card here. Yes, there's so much. Okay, so part of the reason that you don't delegate is because nobody does it as good as you. You're like, I'd rather do it myself. There's just too much. No. The conflict of even trying to think of how to delegate, all you can remember is the times in the past when they didn't do it correctly. So there's definitely something in you to be able to trust people and be able to delegate, okay? And here we have our beautiful Three of Cups. The Three of Cups did come out, and I think it was in reading 1. So if you're drawn to the Three of Cups energy, be sure to check pile 1. But this is showing me that once you do start to delegate, and these are healthy boundaries between you and you're going to attract this beautiful Three of Cups energy, both at work because you're going to be more relaxed and also in your social life. So I feel for sure, pile 3, you know how to prosper part of the time, and the universe is calling you to prosper more of the time. And the way that's going to happen is for you to let go of some of the tasks that you simply don't need to be doing and to be drawn to good people to delegate. Okay, so let's pull our last affirmation card of the day for pile 3 and see what we have for you. Money comes in unexpected ways. This is so important because delegating is not easy, especially if you are a solo worker, you've got your own business or you're working out of your home, and that's part of why you're out of balance and your whole life has become work, because the fact is the universe can bless you in ways that you don't expect. And I've seen that happen many times in my life. And the best cure for worry about this comes from the Abraham Hicks videos, where you can Google Abraham Hicks money, and then whatever comes up first, just watch how they talk about rearranging your thoughts so that you can expect to receive money from unexpected sources. Okay, so pile 3, this is your message. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow for another read. And I also did a quick Celtic cross today. And so that's listed and available for you to take a peek at. I'm doing tiny tarot Celtic crosses, answering questions. I'm going to be adding that to my repertoire, and I look forward to hearing back from you on questions that you'd like me to answer, because that's what I want to do here. So thank you so much once again for joining me here at Fish Out of Water Tarot. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for returning. I really enjoy these readings because I feel connected, and I love that. So thank you for being part of my world. Go forth and prosper, and we'll see you for tomorrow's readings. Bye.